Hey, welcome back to Avenues of Wisdom. My name is Kim. I speak things on all light, love, and wisdom. And if you haven't been here before, I encourage you to subscribe, babe, and to join the community for love, healing, and connection. This video right here is on my most recent float tank experience, or people would call them a sensory deprivation tank in these float pods. And I had it here at Nalu Float here in Rochester, Minnesota. And these tanks have so many benefits for people's recovery, for their pain, insomnia, any type of physical illness, PTSD, anxiety, just to calm down your nervous system from that stress state that we're in constantly, which can enable better sleep for people. And as far as like deeper meditative experiences, all that stimuli that you'd get from, gravity, it's like anti-gravity, you're floating in like the 10 inches of water, and all that stimuli is like internal. So people can have these out of body experiences. And that's why I wanted to share that with you on how transformative it was for me, which I'm still kind of noticing in my day to day. And shout out to John, who is with Nalu Float, and I also had a recent Reiki experience with him, so I also had a message to connect with him about the float tank as well. So subscribe and tune in for the message, and just note that this is right after my hour and a half float session, so I can look a little blissed out, and keep that in mind. I'm feeling pretty good. So just note that, and enjoy the video, and shout out to John, and thank you.
So Kim, you just had your first float at Nalu.
I did.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your story. Would you tell us about it?
Yes, I would love to share. Take a deep breath there.
You seem to be very, very happy, like you had a really good experience.
Yeah, I did. Thank you, John. I'm having to touch my body to kind of come back to my body as I explain this. But this is my first float, and I've been having for a couple weeks now that I needed to come to John for a float. And as it kind of just happened, upon entering, I knew that I kind of had to do some breathing as I got in there, and which led me into the whole experience of the beginning having a little resistance to the whole thing. And somewhere along the beginning, with me focusing on my breath, it was as if the body began to really relax. And at that point, it was like I was able to receive what I had set the intention for the float was healing. And
Well, can I say something?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
When you came out, you were so blissed out.
blissed.
You were just like, you were just coming, it was like you were coming back from another world.
Oh, facts.
Did you feel that?
Facts. Yeah. I felt that I was like.
You had that permagram just going, what's going on? How do I make sense of this?
Right, yeah,
Right.
like I had just, every time I come back, I feel like I'm giggling, I'm laughing, I'm blissed out. John knows I'm blissed out.
Yeah.
And so I felt like I had, come fully back. But everyone has like a different experience, so I knew that coming in. But being in the tank and interpreting, this in what way whoever's watching, but having that experience of you leaving your body in a way, and honestly communicating with my ancestors and my grandmother, and having them come to me, and having it be a very emotional experience in the tank, you know?
Yeah.
And feeling at the same time, I'm in such a state where I feel at comfort with that, and there's not really a fear there at this point. And that's something that I'm taking away that I experienced and what I received as messages, that it kind of was a full healing session for me.
Yeah, it really sounds like it. There's so many different layers of healing and of ancestors, your grandmother being in there, and the other things that you shared as well.
Yeah.
It's one of the most remarkable floating experiences that anyone shared with me. So
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome as well that it happened to you on your first float. That's not usual. This is your first time floating ever, right?
This is my first time floating.
Yeah. Wow.
And as I'm still physically I feel lighter, and emotionally I feel lighter. And I felt like I've just had, something spiritual happen to me because I was open to that.
Yeah.
And intended with that.
So huge. Intention is so huge.
Yeah, before you go in there to set your intention, and that could be as you're taking a pre-shower that you're kind of setting that intention. At least that's what I did, before I went in there. And I just want to thank you, John, because it's very.
I didn't do it.
We're for sitting over here. You're right. But it's. He said you're going into the womb and you're floating, so get ready to float. Yeah, for sure. So I had a very good healing experience, and I'll take that with me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Thanks for allowing us to do this video so that other people can see this and be inspired and come and float and know that Nalu Float's still around. We're still here.
Yeah.
So.
Come through.
Yeah. See. Yeah, 5 years now. So. But thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
Thank you for sharing your story. You're very welcome.
Yeah.